Sweet, sweet Belvedere.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought.
Hello friend, welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host Jan. I hope you're doing well, mate. I really do hope that. And welcome back to Chelsea News. Of course, the series here on Football Therapy where I upload multiple times a day after consolidating, aggregating Chelsea headlines, of which there are so many at the moment, seeing which I feel is appropriate to share with you, giving you my opinion on it. More importantly, asking for yours. Did I say giving your opinion on it? I shouldn't give your opinion. I give mine. Anyway, I might have said it right. Point being, Liam Twomey of The Athletic's written an interesting article regarding Chelsea's sellable assets. How a striking fact might catch you off guard. Big offers been turned down for Conor Gallagher. This is interesting. And Trevor Chalobah could still be available as well. We're going to learn a little bit about the article. Well, about what he's saying in the article. And I hope you're going to have fun. So welcome, strap yourselves in, pour yourself a drink, just get comfortable, you know. And before you get this sweet content here, let's do the exchange, boys and girls. Give me that sweet like. Hand over the likes and you can have the content. It is potent. Here you go. Thank you for liking. And you're welcome to subscribe as well. Road to 200k. Alright then, let's just dive straight in to what Mr. Twomey of The Athletic is saying. Okay, time for a little pre-season quiz. Who's Chelsea's oldest, most senior current midfielder? So, spoiler, it's Conor Gallagher. So, A, if you chose Conor Gallagher, you are correct. And B, this might be the moment you admit you are paying too much attention, because it is a remarkable, surprising fact that underlines the exodus of experience from the area of the pitch over the last 6 months, and the strength of Bowley and Clear Lake Capital's desire to build around young talent. Is it okay to only just have kids? I remember someone once said you can't win anything with kids. But you feel like maybe midfield you need some seniority? Am I right? I may be wrong. Who knows? A little more than 3 weeks into Pochettino's tenure as head coach, it remains unclear which of those two camps Gallagher will end up in. He is the only outfield player to last the full 90 minutes versus Brighton and Hove Albion, and in the second match of the club's 5 US games, of course, the second of the 5 pre-season games. Yet he continues to be relentlessly linked away with a move. We spoke about this in one of yesterday's videos, but bids are coming in, boys and girls. Chelsea are yet to offer Gallagher an extension to a contract which runs until 2025. So he's in the 2-year sweet spot. The 2-year sweet selling spot, we like to say, with the contract. And it has been made clear to interested clubs that he is available for the right price. A package worth in the region of £50 million, which is over $64 million for you, man, over the pond, would certainly be enough to get it done. But a market at that level has been slow to develop, despite the esteem he has held across the Premier League. He should, by the way, be held in high esteem. He always performs well. He's a coach's dream. Like I said in yesterday's video, he always features for England these days, granted off the bench, but you know, his injury record's good, his work rate is second to none, his professionalism's good, he loves a goal, he's had plenty of loans, Charlton, Swansea, Palace, he's got first team experience, I think he's got Champions League experience now as well, so, you know, and he's got English tax, which makes you more expensive. A source close to Chelsea, who will remain anonymous to protect relationships, that's their catchphrase, said on Monday that West Ham submitted a bid worth 40 million quid. Chelsea rejected it. Just on that. I thought like 40 million quid would take it. But you know what? I am happy we are holding him in such a high regard with a lot of money. Because I'm done. Look, you know, look, man, Milan will be very happy with the money they had to pay for both Pulisic and Ruben Loftus-Cheek, respectively, who, by the way, will both be excellent players for them, I assume, I'm thinking. So that's great business for them. But, you know, we're probably thinking Gallagher is a little bit younger than Havertz and Mount. Havertz went for like 68 million, Mount went for 60 million. And granted, he's not as high profile. He's not a Champions League winner like the aforementioned two. He's trending up. and he's versatile. So yeah, 50 million quid. We kind of asked the philosophical question in yesterday's video of should we sell him? Like, are we, rinsing and depleting the culture, and do we need him? But 50 million quid. Fabrizio Romano also said in his video this morning that 50 million would do it as well. But with such a lofty asking price, Chelsea are essentially telling his potential suitors they value Gallagher as a premium asset, which is good. A 23-year-old proven Premier League performer and a senior England international with considerable potential and tactical versatility and potential for further improvement. Heck yeah, the dude works hard, he's a professional, he will evolve and improve. All of which begs the question, why are they entertaining the notion of selling him? Well, this is what we posed yesterday, so I hope Liam's got some answers for us here. Gallagher is not pushing to leave. Coming from a family of die-hard Chelsea supporters, his preference has always been to pursue a long and successful career at Stamford Bridge. Yeah. That mindset has not been shifted by endless speculation of his future, nor by the explicit acknowledgement by the club that he is regarded as expendable. God, football's a cruel, cruel game. What a wicked game you play to try and sell me this way. Yeah, man. Cold. He loves Chelsea. His family's Chelsea. He's like, to come out with that, I play for Chelsea for free. And his little Essex accent. Is your Essex? He sounds like he is. Anyway, love Conor Gallagher. Top boy. In the final days of the January transfer window last season, Gallagher was the subject of a £45 million bid from Everton. So there you go. And Everton, I swear they don't have money. So they threw the bag, essentially, at Conor Gallagher with a £45 million bid. Chelsea made it clear they were amenable to this offer, much to the bemusement of the player in his camp. Yeah, so he was like, I love Chelsea, I'm trying really hard for Chelsea. By the way, one of the only players that were trying hard for Chelsea towards the latter stages of last season. Training really hard, nailing his colours to the mast, while all the other players were like, I'm out of here, dude. And they were like, yeah, but you're for sale, man. And he's like, wait, what? And so, yeah, surprising for the lad. Gallagher had zero interest in joining a team fighting for Premier League survival. And yeah, fair play, dude. And the perception that he was being nudged in that direction did not go over well. Bless him. And he's trying so hard for Pochettino. He's already scored a couple of goals in 2 games and it's tough. So Newcastle United indicated they were prepared to bid at a similar level. Champions League team trending in a good direction. And Chelsea did not encourage interest from a club who, with their unexpected charge towards the top finish, basically they thought, we're still in the chase for a top 4, and so in Newcastle, we're not going to strengthen them. Little did they know that Newcastle were just easily going to finish in top 4, and we were going to finish 12th. Had they'd known that, we would have sold him. Probably, rightly or wrongly. Gallagher quickly went on to crack on 2,000 minutes of play for Chelsea across all competitions last season. Wow. Ranking him 9th among the midfielders in the squad. Wait, hold on, that's not that great. Ranking him 9th among outfielders, not midfielders. I thought that was midfielders. I was like, dude, we don't even have 9 midfielders. Maybe we did back then. He maintained a record of featuring at least in 30 games in every season of his professional career. That is mad as well. When you're selling him, right, or you've got him in the shop window, to say he's 23 and he's played a lot of seasons already in his professional career, and to say he's played at least 30 league matches every year, that's stuff that sends off like the positive alarms for buyers. Ding, 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 ding. As Nick Villaney says on the London is Blue podcast, the best ability is availability. A reflection that he almost never gets injured, as well as an impressive knack for winning the trust of his coaches. He has had enough practice with Pochettino, being the 5th different one to impress at Chelsea after Frank Lampard twice, Tuchel and Potter. Yeah, he's a coach's dream, much like Mason Mount in that sense. Mason Mount hasn't really hit the ground running at United, but I think he probably will sooner rather than later. Okay, so Gareth Southgate, I knew his name would pop up eventually. He's also a fan. He's given this praise, quote, he's fantastic at pressing the ball. There are going to be moments in these World Cup games when we need certain attributes and we feel that he could be that sort of player. He's not as experienced as some of the others, but what he has in the impact games, he impacts games and he's a goal threat. When you look at midfielders, you often ask, do they stop goals, create goals, score goals? Conor Gallagher does all of that. And that's true. Even in the game against Brighton, was it Brighton or Wrexham? I think it was Brighton, where he did like a sliding tackle in the 6-yard box to stop a goal. Yeah, he will be like diving into the box to score a goal as well. Like proper box-to-box midfielder that loves to defend, loves to attack, loves to press, loves to score goals. He really loves it all. Do we look like mugs, or will we look like mugs selling him? We can go over that again in a moment. Gallagher's technique does not pop in the same manner as fellow midfielder, World Cup winner Enzo Fernandez. The majority of his contributions on the pitch are not glamorous and not always even that obvious, suffering the Mason Mount stuff there. He is adept at finding space in which to receive the ball, looks to move it on quickly, and is a real asset in the modern pressing system. That's why Tuchel bloody loved him. He also offers a genuine goal threat from midfield, and his commitment is never in doubt. Two things recent Chelsea players don't do are the commitment of Chelsea players is often and almost always exclusively in doubt. So to have a player that's actually digging in, it's very, very good. He may not be quite good enough to be an automatic starter in a team with serious aspirations to win the title or Champions League, but at the very least, Gallagher's profile as the kind of homegrown stalwart that Alex Ferguson frequently utilised to keep Manchester United winning on the pitch while maintaining a culture and standard of accountability of it. Nice reference to Sir Alex there, Liam. This is not the sort of player that dispose of lightly, even for a juicy transfer fee. Chelsea first-team academy core feels more fragile than ever, with Mount, Loftus-Cheek leaving in the summer, Reece James's knee injury continuing to be a concern, Levi Colwill not fully convinced of his importance in the rebuild. Yeah, that story goes on. Watch last night's or yesterday evening's upload to hear my rant on the Brighton team. Armando Broja feeling his way back from an ACL injury, Lewis Hall facing a challenging path to consistent first team, and Trevoh Chalobah viewed internally as another saleable asset. So they could sell both Gallagher and Trevoh, which would be sad, especially now Wesley Fofana. I mean, if we sell Trevoh, you gotta buy a Mark Gurhey or someone like that, surely. The early indications are that Pochettino recognises Gallagher's ability to be a valuable contributor. Absolutely, you'd have to say. But it could be like the ultimate shop window job. Like, yeah, he's playing really well, he's making Chelsea better. So if he's making Chelsea better, West Ham or Tottenham, you need to give serious money. This kid could be awesome for you for 8-9 years. But so therefore you got to spend relevant money. You could look back on a 50 million bid for Conor Gallagher and be like, yeah, that was good. Good business. Especially if he stays in the England team, etc. He can barely afford to think otherwise, with Moises Caicedo in negotiations with Brighton stuck in a 30 million gulf in valuations. Watch yesterday's videos for my mind melting on Caicedo. Fernandez is being carefully load managed after a last campaign that saw him rack up over 4,500 minutes for club and country. Over 4,500 minutes. Of course, Andre Santos, Chukwuemeka, and Casadei are still more promised than proven pedigree. And you'd have to say, apart from the former and Santos, the other two, Chukwuemeka and Casadei, could be available for loans. But banking 50 million quid, or close to it, for Gallagher from West Ham or Tottenham is another Premier League or other Premier League admirers of his. Will help a long way to helping Chelsea shore up their central midfield. By buying more players, but simply keeping him around, would that not achieve a similar end? Asks Liam Twimmy. It's not just because of the aforementioned application reasons, it's because he just loves the club, and no matter how many times we tell him we're going to sell him and, muck him around with new managers and new formations, he just works hard. Can't put a price on dedication, baby. But at the same time, I'm going to reiterate my position here. I would be happy to keep him, for all the reasons I've stated in this video. But at the same time, if we're going all in, if we're putting all the chips on the table on Pochettino's ideals, on his 4-2-3-1 formation, and we are buying specialised individuals for each position, then I'd consider selling him. Because I don't see him as a double pivot, and he's not really probably the kind of number 10 that Pochettino wants to play. Maybe, I don't know. I think he will be useful for Poch. If you said to Poch, do you want to keep him or sell him? Ideally, I think he says keep him. But I think Poch also says, if you get 50 million for him, I understand if you sell him. I think that's generally in other articles and reports, that's what's been suggested. Pochettino, we reacted to a report where he says don't sell him for any less than 45 million. So maybe they're just taking his advice. Okay, all right. We'll sell him for 45 or above. And if we don't get that, we'll keep him and he'll be a useful asset for you. But if we do sell him, we'll just throw the extra money at Caicedo, or we'll throw the extra money at a different midfielder. And, you know, the long-term project of Pochettino, the Pochettino era, will be fueled more potently by our financial might, generated by more pure profit sales, such as Conor Gallagher and Trevoh Chalobah. It does feel like your heart's getting ripped out your ass a little bit as a Chelsea fan with all these boys going, but at the same time, I would prefer to win football matches above else. I want the Chelsea badge going up the table. I want the W's. I want the dubs. I want the opposition rivals losing. That's what it's all about. As Jonathan Wilson of The Guardian once said, football isn't about fun, it's about winning. And winning above all else, ladies and gentlemen. I know we speak about breaking eggs to make an omelette, but there's no eggs left. Is Gallagher the last egg? Is he the last egg? Let me know what you think. Comment down below. I look forward to reading your comments as always, and I thank you for your likes and subscriptions. Num 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 num. Of course, there'll be more content up today, so turn on the bell when you subscribe, and I'll see you very soon. Peace.